how to position yourself for the collapse or for the economic crisis or just for the economy in general, regardless if there's going to be a collapse or chaos or economic event that's going to destroy the American economy or something. You hear a lot of people saying, man, what do I do? Like, what do I do about this? Like, I've got the information, I've listened to you, I've absorbed and internalized the credible threat theory, the four basic economic ideas or the four economic theories. We've internalized all this information. What do we do about it now? Like, how do we handle this? And so I've thought about this question a lot because it's pretty common to hear that question. Like, I need concrete examples of what it is that you're doing inside of this economy to prepare to deal with the issues that we are facing. And I've told you, I've shown you guys everything that I've ever done, like buying the house, investing in the stocks. I've listed it, told you about the cryptocurrencies, told you about the precious metals, told you about my savings accounts. I told you everything I've ever done. I'm not keeping any secrets, right? So there is nothing that I am doing that you guys don't already know about. Now, I think the position that people need to take for themselves is an individual one. It's one that cannot be explained within an economic video that you are going to find where somebody says, step 1, step 2, step 3, this is what you need to do. Now, there is some kind of, cookie cutter ideas out there that you can go with that'll, kind of get you on the path. But each and every single person is going to have to take in their own consideration of what it is that they need in their life. Let's just take the example of positioning yourself for your income. Right? Now, people ask me, how do you position yourself for income? Well, now, me personally, I try to find as much income as I can find wherever I can get it. Now, I have a day job where I show up 9 to 5, like every single day I show up to work, collecting a paycheck for trading my time for dollars. I run this YouTube channel. I have a side hustle where I call bingo every Sunday. I try to find internet sales where I can. Like, I am in position of trying to acquire money from any direction I can. And to me, it doesn't matter if I'm out there trying to earn $10 or if I'm out there trying to earn $110. To me, the effort of acquiring that money, trying to figure out a cash flow, no matter how you do it, right? And everybody is going to be different. Their skills are going to be different. Like, you're probably going to be somebody who has an understanding of a skill that I just have no clue about, computer tech work or something of that nature. Like, I don't know anything about computer tech. I could tell you about carpentry. I could go out there and maybe start a carpentry business or maybe a side hustle doing handyman kind of work. I know in my area here, we got a huge retirement community that's building up. So having like a handyman service would probably be a pretty popular business around here. Again, you have to take into consideration for yourself what it is that your skills can then get you. Like, what is it that you can acquire with the skills that you have? If you don't have the skills, you need to learn them. The internet is awesome. There is nothing out there that is possible that somebody else has done, that there isn't a YouTube video or some sort of instruction out there that you can then go and review and watch and learn and do the same thing yourself, right? It's a matter of building that thing up. It's brick by brick. It's not going to happen in a single day. When I built this YouTube channel, it took years before it became monetized. When it finally was monetized, it took a very long time before the monetization was even worthy of anything significant. It took me a long time building this thing up, but that's how business works. Any business is going to be like that. I don't care what it is. There's some people out there who can just fire it off and do really well. They're awesome. Okay, that's a special group. Okay. Most people have to work it. They have to work hard. They have to build it up. They have to build the reputation. They have to build the network. They have to build it. It's all about being built, and it takes time. So understanding your position for your income. How do you position for that? How do you position to get more of it? Every single day, it's chasing that excellence, trying to figure out where the next flow of cash can come from. Whether you're working hard, trading your time for dollars so you can get into dividend paying stocks, so you can partner up with a rental income, so you can maybe even just get the rental income yourself. One way or the other, you're going to have to get into the mindset of how is it that I constantly am getting cash flow into me? How is it? Because you need to figure out something beyond your trading your time for dollars. See, most people want some information that says, how do I trade my time for dollars and then get rewarded for that? Well, that doesn't work like that, right? You got to trade your time for dollars and then invest that dollars into something else that will then eventually reward you. But just trading time for dollars will leave you in a very compromised position in which that will be not too far off from slavery. I mean, I don't know how else to quite put it, but that's as bluntly as it's going to get. So again, like figuring out how to get that income, positioning yourself for it, and position yourself well. And constantly, not just one flow, many flows, right? Many flows of income, and even how small. It doesn't matter how small, right? Like, something as simple as doing the Amazon affiliate sales, where I get a little tiny commission off of trying to push the Cantillon essay. It doesn't make in a bunch of money, but I push it almost every video because the little bit that it does bring in once a month, right, is another flow of another cash flow that just goes into with all the rest of the stuff that I'm doing. Okay, let's move on. So income, position yourself for your income, many forms of it. If you haven't figured it out, start Googling, start understanding what it is that you need to do to build up a secondary cash flow or multiple streams of cash flow, however it can be done, right? Whether you're starting a business, doing multiple business, side hustles, online sales, whatever it's going to take. Okay, position your assets, right? This is another thing. Positioning your assets is going to be so much different for every single person. Now, me personally, I like being outside of a third-party claim, meaning that I don't want anybody else who has access to my assets. Now, mainly the only way you're really going to get out of not being in a third-party claim is to be in a position of gold and silver, precious metal, something of that nature. Bitcoin to a lesser extent, like the cryptocurrencies, are somewhat of a position. Boy, it's really starting to come down. It's storming big time here in the Northwest right now. Okay, so hopefully it isn't too loud. Let me scoot a little closer to the camera here. All right, so again, positioning yourself like in a way for me to be outside of that third-party claim is the safest place for me. Like, I feel comfortable being in a gold silver position. Even on Bitcoin, a lesser extent, you're somewhat out of that third-party claim, especially if you hold the private keys. However, most people are not going to be in that sort of mindset when it comes to like having a full-on retirement fund. Like, most people probably don't want to position themselves, and I wouldn't suggest it, to be 100% in precious metals for your retirement. Like, that's kind of a dangerous position to go to. Again, don't take my advice for it. That's just me personally looking at it. You're gonna want to be in multiple things, like diversified into multiple places when it comes to your assets. So precious metals is a good safe place to be when you want to be outside of that third-party claim, but really speculating in the idea of having like having a piece of property that's going to pay you like a rental income and then also move up in the value of the price of the asset itself, like those sort of speculations are what really builds the retirement. So when you see people who have really made it rich, like this is an observation that I have taken from all the years of doing YouTube and all the people that I've talked with and all the economic conventions and stuff that I've ever attended and the people I've spoken with there. Literally like 90% of the people who make it rich do it with property, right? They do it with real estate. So whether they're flipping properties or building up rental incomes or doing something of that nature, almost all of them do it with property. And a lot of times that's a speculation, right? You're speculating on the idea that you can flip this house or that it's going to go up in value or something of that nature. These sort of speculations when it comes to this type of investment, because speculation and investments are two different things, really, right? Speculation is you're anticipating that it's going to go up in price and you're going to be able to sell for, to another person out there for a higher price, kind of like the gold position. Investments are different. Investments are things that are definitely going to pay you, right? Rental income is an investment. Dividend paying stock is an investment. Investing into a business, that's an investment. Things that are going to pay you over time. So understanding these positions for these different assets. So like a lot of times people will say, man, you should be in gold and silver. You need to be in gold and silver so you can be away from that third party claim 100%. Okay, yeah, I recognize the value inside of doing something like that. I mean, that's kind of more the position that I have taken personally, but also that's a very dangerous position to be in when you consider what it is that you want for a retirement.